Igbotako Ojagili anthem. Igbotako ìlú mi, ìlú ọmọsọ́ni, tí ọ̀dàgùtàn fi ẹ̀jẹ̀ rà padà. Ojagili, èmi yóò fi ìfẹ́ mi hàn fún ọ ní gbogbo ọ̀nà. Bèmi bá ṣe tèmi, tún wọ́n tún ṣe tirẹ̀. Ìlú yóò dára fún tónílé tàlejò. Ojagili, èmi yóò fi ìfẹ́ mi hàn fún ọ ní gbogbo ọ̀nà. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀bí ṣe, ká tú ìlú náà ṣe, kó bá lè dùn gbé fún gbogbo wa papọ̀. Ojagili, èmi yóò fi ìfẹ́ mi hàn fún ọ ní gbogbo ọ̀nà. Welcome. This is episode 2 of Igbotako Documentary. However, in Igbotako Documentary episode 1, we talk about map of Igbotako, location of Igbotako, traditional rulers in Igbotako till date, the emergence of Igbotako. Do not forget in the rush that we talk about Magunle give birth to 3 sons, Lumri, Jola, and Lemia. You know, apart from the Lumri, that we the Lubokun descendants take our source from, the Lemia have it traced down to Ijodo, and the Jola traced down to Irowa as their origin. But however, what we focus on as Ibotako is the Lubokun Afajue Buriha. Let me quickly correct impression of my last video in episode 1 that I mentioned Igbotako Ojagili. It is Igbotako Ojagili. The Giliro is used by the late Chief Mrs. Comfort Omoge of Ibodigo during his one of his songs, while presenting one of his songs, in order to make the Ojagili to fit in well. So you have to put raw there to make the lyrics sounds melodious. So it is Igbotako Ojagili Ubuomoso Pekuhi. Omoso are handsome young men and beautiful young women, highly sought after because of their inestimable values. That explains why Ibotako still leads the Kali land in terms of valuable men and women. Thank you. Please quickly take the correction. However, today, do not forget that stop at the origin of Ibotako. Now we want to talk about when Ibotako settled. After a while, you know, the Lubokun dynasty's descendants, they continue to spread across the lands and the towns, length and breadth. So there we have some villages that actually emerged from there. We have Filado, Agbetu, Lagutan, Abusoro, Agodegulu, Mile 4, Mile 6, Ilebe, Loyimi, Agotaiwo, Ademujimi, Ufara, the one they call Akinfosile, Idiopopo, Omiwuru, Labatiyan, Agomawole, Agodogun, Wakajaye, and what have you. Ibotako has spread up to that length. That is it. But interestingly, we want to know, you know, I told you that our major focus is on Lubokun dynasty, Lubokun descendants. So, however, we cannot neglect where Lubokun comes from. Ojagbulegun Lumri have Majua. Majua have 3, which is the Mologbe, Jubulu, and Ojagbedo. Account was not given or was not really documented on the number of sons and daughters that Mologbe gave birth to. But Jubulu have Enyimonore, Odofifilo, Seja, and Lubokun, where we want to dwell on. Then Jagbedo have Bamido and Akimboyewa, Then Akimboyewa now have Ikudamiro and Iku Iminu. Monore have Juba. Now our major focus. Our major focus now is on Lubokun. One of these days I'm going to talk about how that word coined from in a sojourn or movement to Bini, Oba of Bini. Presently, there's a kind of related histories that brought about that statement. Lubokun gave birth to 6. Okungbemi, Lihaladokun, Jomoyetoyo, Liliken, Akode, and Idogun Tibogi. Okungbemi and Lihaladokun happens to be from the same mother, while others are born from different mothers. Okungbemi gave birth to Aiwo and Omogbenyiwa. Aiwo gave birth to Farmer King Akinsohun and Lalo. Omogbenyiwa gave birth to Debulu, Bamido, Adesusi, and Ikopolusi. Bamido, in which one of the Oba come from, Nego, not the strongest, but short-lived. The Adesusi gave birth to Idogun, Ijelu, and Monogbe. Idogun, that is where Okeomoge belongs. Lihaladokun gave birth to Luwoye, Kogun Memory, the magical essence, Shogbon, Idebi, and Liya Hamate. Jomoyetoyo gave birth to Boroye, Loea, where the Bajua come from, Odunwo, Mati, which is a female, Ojabogun, Liseri, Lejuwa, Roluseu, àti Yeriha. Now the number 4, Lonyemi is born from Liliken, Ejulerun from Liliken, Kosunya from Liliken, then Orusumbo. All of these 4 are from Liliken. Lonyemi, Ejulerun, Kosunya, and Orusumbo. Then Akode, who is the 5th child, gave birth to Ogelenyimbo, Olokundogba, Ikugbona, and Ayeye. Idogun Tibogi also gave birth to 3. Gave birth to Idogun, Aporu, which is a female. Then Depenyi, where the Kwejamwa come from. I think, please, for the purpose of emphasis, I recap on the Lubokun sons again. Okungbemi, Lihaladokun, Jomoyetoyo, Liliken, Akode, and Idogun Tibogi. Thank you. However, on religion, Igbotako, a town established more than a century ago, as deities from the town they migrated from. Also later adopted some deities from the surrounding communities. In accordance with historians, most people worship Ogun, God, the god of iron, Eshu, that means Satan, Ayilala, and some other traditional deities. The advent of Christianity had turned majority of the people to convert Christians, although Muslims still hold some few percentage of the larger population of Igbotako. Today, Igbotako hosts 3 dominant religions in Nigeria. Christianity with the largest percentage, Muslims, that is next to Christianity in percentage, while the African traditional religion, also that one have a recognizable percentage, although there is still a number of pagans around the town. You know, as you know now, pagans are everywhere. Yes. Now, the missionaries also visited Igbotako to establish a few churches, such as First Baptist Church, which was established in 1950 by Reverend Magi, St. John Anglican Church, the Methodist Church of Nigeria, St. Paul's Catholic Church, and an higher percentage of Pentecostal churches around. We have the CAC, the Redeemed, the Winners, Mountain of Fire, Emmanuel Mountain, the Cherubim and Seraphim, Zion, and some other things. That what have you that you can mention. what have you. In recent, also do not forget that they are still part of the people of Ibotako. To date, they are one of us. We met them in that place, just as we met them in Boribodo, where we left Ikoya, moving towards Oloto area. So we met them as well there. Well, most importantly, the episode 3 is also coming out, and that one will cover some religions we practice. For everything we have the markets, the dressing code, the festivals, masquerade, marriage ceremony, traditional burial ceremony, and we have some rivers also in Ibotako, and some photographs of notable people in Ibotako. Alright. You might wonder that who is there is okay, or Morgan the moralist. Ibotako is my place of birth. Please do well to like, comment, and most importantly, share this part of documentary. For those of you that have been doing that, thank you very much. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the advice. And also thanks for the constructive criticisms. And for as many that have not been doing that, please, I enjoin you to join them, please. Do well to join them. For there is no man that grows alone without external forces being applied. Thank you very much. Love you all.